So I was just looking back on my older content on X Deadlies, and I found out something hilarious that I found out. So a lot of people would get mad at and emotional over me beating them in Black Ops 3, or they would just get mad and emotional because they said I was annoying just because I was like hyper and stuff and all that excuses to be emotional about something. So I go back on my, oh dang, it's freaking cloudy today. I go back on the channel, right? And you know what I find, you want to know what I find funny? I wish I could record a clip of it, but it's all right there. You can just look up X Deadly's Grand Slam contract, for example. And this video I'm making after the video you're about to see, I actually took that part down. The next video clip that's going to play, I took that off of YouTube, downloaded it so I can put it in this video, because I want to say this and make sure it's heard, because it's very funny that I was the one being blamed because I was too nice, so they blamed me, or they thought it was too rude, so they blamed me for being toxic and all this stuff. But you know what I find funny? The only reason, and it's part of Call of Duty, okay? So if you want to get specific, it's part of Call of Duty. The COD community knows it. It's in a lot of videos besides my own. And I just find it hilarious that a lot of people would call me toxic. But I was just playing the game as always. I joked around, had fun with other people in the COD community. Any games that I played was all good. But when I started unmuting everybody, or started trash talking in the game, of course, like I said, it's a part of Call of Duty. But when that started happening is because of Royals saying, I'm going to go talk trash. Royals was the first one to start doing that. And then everybody in the COD God Squad did it. Kintor did it, even though his mic settings weren't on, so you couldn't really even hear what he was saying. So it was like, I can't really do a compilation with that. And I don't even think that Pop-Tart's mic was even able to be heard. But anyways, none of that matters now, because none of them were in the COD God Squad to begin with. It was my idea. But I find it even more funny that later on, when I was around razorwire in 2020, when everything apparently was even worse than 2017 with the COD God Squad, this is the part I find funniest, though, because I wasn't even going to do that originally. I just had fun with the game, like I said, normally. razorwire was the one who went in the game to talk trash. So a lot of people could say right now, this second, could say, well, why did you join them? You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that with them. Well, at that time, since I was around them so much, I kind of had to, act like I was friends with them. So I just did it and went with it. Now, did I mean everything that I said? No. Is everybody going to think that I meant everything that I said? Yes, because not everybody's open-minded. Not everybody is the most intelligent person in the world. Not everybody has common sense. So, yeah, a lot of people are going to take it for granted, and a lot of people are going to see it on the surface and see that as toxic. So, sure, I can see the excuse why people would say that without doing any type of research, not showing any proof, evidence, documentation, paperwork that actually meant all that stuff, screenshots, screen recordings, etc., that actually meant all of that. Because if I'm here now making this video, how can you prove me wrong when you weren't even there to begin with? And if you were there, how come I'm making this video saying that this is not what I meant? Oh, it's just for publicity. Oh, he's just saying that. He didn't mean all that stuff just to get out of the drama, or just any type of excuse you guys can say. You can think, say, whatever you want to believe, you can go with that. But, I mean, it's all about me, right? Me being the one that's toxic, me being the one that's being a manipulator, or me being rude to other people, or ruining people's gaming experiences. Actually, that's completely incorrect, and actually funny that you say that, because I know a little COD Zombie Stormtrooper gamer group that is a prime example of that, including Royals, including possibly who was going to be in the COD God Squad if things turned out right. But you'll see what I mean later on when I explain that whole thing and I get more in depth. So we're talking about Royals, Kintor, Pop-Tart, MVP, Chris, so on and so forth. So with that said, that even Dark Mario included, and of course the Alpha Shadow Hot clone, X Deadly's clone, and the other X Deadly's clone. So I mean, it just comes down to all of that really being the reason why people think I'm toxic, is because the others were talking trash. I was like, and I'll just do it just to do it. Doesn't mean I care that much. I mean, I literally was watching one of my X Deadly extremes. I think it was episode 2 of the Grand Slam grind. And I literally say on that live stream that I'm just having fun. I didn't say that it's not that serious or deep, and I was just having fun, and that's why I'm playing. But I guarantee you I have a live stream where I say that. And even now I say that, because that's what it is. And for others that think, like the little gamer group of COD zombies and stormtroopers that think that I'm purposely being negative, or just, if you think I'm being negative to begin with, you're misconceiving, misinterpreting. That's just unintelligent, completely super unintelligent. Very, very, very unintelligent. To think that anything that I was doing was negative then, when I was playing the character X Deadlies, and now. And even before X Deadlies, and after now. Because you just simply don't know me. That's just what it is. I mean, everybody on the internet just sees me how they see me on the internet. And that's just that. I don't know everybody in the world. I don't have any friends that I can call friends. I only have my family. And then after that, that's it. And really, nobody knows who I actually am. Like, every little thing. They just know some stuff. So, that's just what it is. So, for all these acquaintances to say that they were friends, homies, best friends, or for all these people to say that I did this, that, well, whenever you want to show that proof and evidence, you know, the table is waiting. I have the table out, and I'm waiting. Like, I freaking, right here. All this space for that documentation paperwork, all that space for them screenshots, screen recordings, and I'm waiting. And still in 2025, nothing. Still, I'll get spam comments from the hater little gamer group of COD Zombie Stormtroopers. Really, it's just the IV or whatever. But, I mean, come on. Like, you lose twice in a Black Ops 3 1v1 just because you thought I was annoying or you didn't like my content. So what? You were going to come back to my content to watch it, to talk trash, and then try to make yourself feel better, even though you're forcing yourself to watch my content and you don't like it, but to make yourself feel better by being negative and rude, by trying to beat me in the game because it's something that I like and you don't want something that I like. So you try to make it why I don't like it, and so I feel bad about myself and all this negative stuff, and you lose twice because your friend joins. And you want to come up with every excuse for 5 years because you lost. Like, let me know when you got that proof and evidence for real. Because as I was just watching that live stream, I didn't care. And I don't care about this whole thing that they're trying to make up, the little gamer group of COD Zombie Stormtroopers or whatever. I don't care about none of that. To the point where obviously this doesn't come up, and I think about it all the time. I was just about to do my Grand Slam contract grind. So I was like, I did this before. I want to see my opening. Can't find it. All right, I'll look at my grind while I'm at it to see when I was going for it back then. Funny enough, guess what happens? Royals says the exact words, hold up, let me go talk trash. Well, he doesn't say it like that, but he basically says that. On stream, you can hear the audio. And sometimes I don't even partake in it. I don't even do it because I just don't care that much. I'm not playing the game for that stuff. Like, I'll have fun and banter with people, random people, and like, quote unquote, some people might see it as talking trash, but it's just part of the game in a way. Like, that's just what it is. It's not actually straight up meaning every word and being actually emotionally invested in an argument or something like that. Like, it just doesn't matter that much. For some, yeah, it matters that much. That's why Ivy, Joshua the Alpha Shadow Hawk clone, freaking straight up clone, fake fraud, X Deadly's clone, fake fraud, that's why those people are emotionally invested in arguments and stuff that doesn't matter to nobody, because that's just female stuff. And that goes for the rest of that little gamer group of COD Zombie Stormtroopers. Stormtroopers because they lost every 1v1 that we had. We as in me and them. So, that's all done. But they still want to try to 1v1 years later and talk about random stuff in my chat that I just have. And they're having like full conversations by themselves. Like, it's wild. Like, you don't have to be terminally online. You can turn off your internet and go outside and experience life for what it is. You're on this earth to spend all day, all night on the PC. Congratulations. That's a sad life. Sad, miserable life. But if that's what you want, go for it. And still complaining about stuff that happened years ago, you can do that if you want and say that you moved on. But, I mean, from what I see, from what I hear, Royal said himself, I'm going to go talk trash. Razorwire said, I'm going to go talk trash. And then the rest of the CGS did that trash talking stuff. And that was that. But a lot of people do it for the negative stuff. A lot of people do it for the emotional, get mad at the game, stuff like that. A lot of people do it for that. I do it for the enjoyment, satisfaction, for the funny moments, for the good times I have with other people, and the banter. all for the good and fun, because that's why video games are made, to be enjoyed. Otherwise, don't go around me. Don't say nothing about me without proof and evidence, because obviously you're not playing the game for the same reason I am. And with that said, we shouldn't even be around in the same place in video games, because at that point, it's just not gonna be compatible, because you are not playing for the same reason as me. You're playing for the negative aspects of it, and that's just it. Not just that, but for life too. Negative aspects of life and the video games, because that's how serious you take the video games. I don't do that. I got other stuff that I do. So, y'all could do that. I'm gonna play this next clip. I was just thinking it's kind of funny that a lot of people said that one of the whole reasons that I was toxic and stuff is like easily debunked if you just do the research. Like, this is what I'm talking about, what I've been saying for years. If you do the research, like, you'll answer your own question rather than asking me, why were you toxic back then as ex-deadlies? Like, that's just childish and immature. Grow the heck up. It's video games, bro. Enjoy the game or just stop. So I went back on my ex-deadlies channel to look at the Black Ops 3 Grand Slam for reasons, and I'm about to talk about that at the end of the video, for those who don't know, because I will have that clip planned. So I wanted to talk about a period in time where these are one of the times that people will be like, oh, ex-deadlies is so toxic, he's so manipulative, he's so bad, he's such a horrible person, he's ruined my gaming experience, which that's got to be cap, because I was just watching a live stream. I can't access that channel, so I can't like do anything with those videos, live streams, nothing. Unfortunately, I don't have any of that stuff. So going back into it, it was called the COD God Squad Goes for the Grand Slam. Now, I was just randomly wanting to see the old video I did, because I was going to just watch what I can get out of it from someone else, but then I was like, wait a minute, I did my own video on this, so why don't I check it out? And I'm not going to lie, I went to Google Images and used someone else's thumbnail and made it, and edited it a little bit to put my stuff on it, and made it mine. But then I thought of that not too long after, and I was like, hey, that's not even mine, I don't even know why I did that. I just did it so people can watch it, and it was like, I've only probably done that like a couple times, but I changed that one, I'm pretty sure, and if not, well, eventually I will change it if I ever get access to that channel. But going back into it, I was watching it, and I was just listening to the banter with me and Royals, and like, I really think that the whole reason he got mad and emotional is because he was just too sensitive, and our sense of humors weren't really, like, I don't think that our sense of humor was fine sometimes, like, where, to the point where, like, we can joke and we both find it funny, and that was just our banter. Some of it was just that, but then over time he started getting too sensitive. I don't know if it was like stuff going on at home or whatever, or what it was, but eventually he just got to a point where he just started just acting weird and started saying the N-word. And I know he's not like, he's like, I don't know what kind of ethnicity he is, but I don't think he's, you know, I don't think some people would be too happy about that. But that's just that. For some reason, it's common in those haters in the little gamer group of COD zombies and stormtroopers that are mad. So we're talking like the Ivy ex-deadlies clone, and then the other ex-deadlies clone, the Alpha Shadow Hawk clone, Joshua, him, and that whole group, which has the X COD God Squad members, is what some people are going to say. And when I say X, I mean EX and then dash, but you guys know what I mean. Which, that is completely false and incorrect, because they were never a part of COD God Squad. They were contenders. They were, like, in a way, in the guest spots to around CGS, but not in CGS. Royals, Pop-Tart, Kintor, you name it, they were not in CGS. Even Chris, MVP, all those people were not in CGS. They were there on the side, like, as guests, because there was only one person that was in the COD God Squad, and that person is the founder, the one who even came up with the idea, and that person is me. Because it was all the way back in Black Ops 3. I don't know where I was playing with Royals. Met him in Black Ops 2. We were playing. And I was like, what if we started just a random team, like Vanos, and do some funny moments? And then we found Kintor, because I liked the Widow's Wine and all that. I really liked all that. Freaking, he had that emblem and stuff, and I thought that was cool, and he joined. And it was just like that, and same with Pop-Tart. And it just so happened that we had so much fun being around, and then eventually Royals had to break everything up. But it's not like it really mattered to me, because I was the only one carrying the entire COD God Squad. I made the compilations. I made everything on the COD God Squad YouTube channel. A lot of people forget that I was the one who edited all that. I did everything, because I was the only one in COD God Squad. These were just the guests. And maybe in those videos I said they were in it, but that was at the time when they were guests. Some people thought they were in it. I might have even said they were in it. That was just the appeal at that time. They were never in it. They were guests. And a lot of people are going to try to correct me and say, oh, back then you said they were, and this is that. Okay, well, I'm the owner of it. I said they're not that. Okay? I mean, you can just go far as you can back. You're going to see me talking about it to Royals and my idea to Royals. And then Royals is like, yeah, I'll join in on that and help you with that. And eventually that's how it all started. He wasn't in COD God Squad. A lot of people kind of misinterpret that. Now, before that, we were in a little club in our clan called the Triple R's, because it was Shadow Ripper, it was Royals, and some other guy. I don't remember his name. And that was back in the day. Now, all of a sudden, I'm seeing like deja vu of someone making that a thing. And then, speaking of deja vu, funny enough, the COD God Squad was my version of like a funny moment team of some sort. That's like, you know how Vanoss does their thing. And next thing you know, recently, what happened? Greeny Weirdo, Andrew Wright, and all those randoms doing their version of that, except they're blatantly copying it. While as you can straight up right now, this second, look at the COD God Squad YouTube channel and see the differences between that channel and Vanoss's. And I've already talked about this whole thing, but I'll give you a quick rundown of, I'm not saying that Vanoss owns a friend group just having funny moments, that whole idea, and playing games. No, I'm not saying that he owns that, but I definitely think that he this is going to be epic, popularized the idea, or just popularized that whole thing, where my favorites besides Vanoss only plays Smitty and all of them, and we're talking like Grizz and Blarg and freaking all that stuff. And even, shoot, back then, I'm Suda, freaking you know, just all those people. I used to watch a lot of people that did funny moments and stuff, and there's a lot of examples. Crispy Concords, I mean, I could just keep going on, because they were inspirations. And shoot, I need to actually go back and look at their channels at some point, because, I mean, what the heck? Why is there a cat? Don't know what I was talking about, but anyways, not sure why that just happened. Anyways, basically going back into the whole thing, I mean, I think I know what I was talking about, the references and examples, but, when I go back and look at it, I'm like, what was everybody's issue? But, I mean, obviously, it's like, you know, mental problems and, you know, all that other stuff and so on and so forth. Because, I mean, how are you going to be mad at a video game? How are you gonna feel so emotionally invested in the video game like that? Like, that's like, very obviously something that's just completely wrong. And I really just don't understand why Worlds got... Because, okay, before I even went back and even looked at everything, right? Well, not everything. When I looked at my channel... And the whole thing with Royals, just random live streams, videos with Royals, just to see what it was like, all that stuff. Without even doing that, what I knew is he just got overly emotional for no reason. And he was just that sensitive. He was just super sensitive. That's just what it is. Now, I don't really care, because it's not like we were friends. Again, everybody in COD God Squad, including, which he wasn't in the COD God Squad, but Dark Mario... But I'm just including those people at that time, are all acquaintances. They're just people I met online. Like, I'm not straight up true friends with these people. Shoot, I asked Rolls, hey, do you want to hang out sometime in real life? Do you want to try doing that and start chilling? And I was thinking of doing like COD God Squad meetups and all that other stuff. Oh, that's like later down the line. That's all ideas for later. And he was like, no, that's weird. And I'm like, all right. I mean, if that's how you feel, I'm not going to force you, bro. Like, I wasn't forcing him. I just asked him. I was like, hey, man, it would be a cool idea. After that, he said no. And after that, I was just like, okay, all right, that's it. Like, I'm not going to force him. Like, yes, I care a lot about COD God Squad and trying to push it forward and, you know, trying to accelerate it, try to put it out there, boost our momentum and just all this type of stuff, but he just wasn't down. No one in the COD God Squad was down except me to actually do something with it. And, I mean, you look at their channels now, they're not even doing YouTube anymore. They're not even doing anything anymore. It was just like one time that they did that, and then that was it. I mean, if you saw me back then, I mean, I'm sure, like, if you saw me back then and then you see me now, you're like, oh, yeah, I expected him to still do YouTube and stuff. But I'm sure people would have been also like, well, I wouldn't have doubted that he would have probably quit YouTube also, which I have gone a few times thinking of doing that because, I mean, there's several reasons. And this video isn't for that, but, you know, I really don't get why that's one of the reasons. Like, the whole connection's there. Like, that's one of the reasons that Royals went to Dark Mario. And then they tried exposing me with this random kid, and tried to steal my World War III Battle of the Treasure series. Don't know why. And then tried to steal that, and then teams up with the overweight Ivy and freaking Joshua, the Elf Shadowhawk clone, ex-Deadly's clone. But, you know, it's funny that Joshua says he cares so much about World War III Battle Treasure and Georgie the Bear and all this other stuff that we did or whatever, that he was a part of, but yet he doesn't care that Dark Mario stole that whole thing and doesn't see that as a bad thing. Because obviously, if he did care about Georgie the Bear, World War II Battle Treasure, all that other stuff, he would have said something to Dark Mario. He would have not let everything go and show that he doesn't care enough. But that's what he's doing, because he doesn't care. He doesn't care about YouTube, all this other stuff. He does not care. He's not a content creator. He's never cared about being a content creator. He doesn't feel that passion. He doesn't feel that drive. He doesn't feel that. So no matter what he's trying to put in your guys' heads about that, that's for you to decide, I guess. But, I mean, it's so clear and obvious. Like, you don't have to be Albert Einstein to understand that. You don't have to. It's not rocket science. Like, I don't know how much I can break it down for people to understand that. I mean, that's just what it is. And if you see otherwise, please let me know. Please explain to me and elaborate. I would love to know why. Because, you know, going back to one of these times and periods where people were so overly saying and overly emotional over me playing by saying that I'm toxic and all this stuff. Well, I go look back and I'm just having a sense of humor. Mind you, I was kind of hyper and I was playing the X Deadly's character. But, I mean, you're going to tell me that that's toxic or something because it doesn't fit your sense of humor, or you don't find it funny, or just something, you don't see it positively, then you're not seeing it at all. You're not understanding it. You're misinterpreting it, misconceiving it, misunderstanding. And to even dislike that type of stuff, that's just unintelligent. That's just straight up what it is. So, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. No excuses. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. But in this last part of the video, I would like to let you guys know a little bit of an update. I went on to my old account. One of my old accounts. I've had many, as you guys know. I'm trying to access as many as I can to make some more content for you guys and see what comes out of it. So I go back and... Oh, that cat's gone, I think. So I go back and I go on my Champion Nightmare account, which some of you guys probably don't even know about, but I go back on that account and guess what? There's a straight up Grand Slam. I guess that cat is gone. That was weird. Contract. You heard me right. I had saved a straight Grand Slam contract on that account. Now, thankfully, thank everything that there's still lobbies of Black Ops 3, which it's deserved. That was a very fun game. And I want to get it. So I'm going to be doing that as soon as I finish the Borealis camo on Modern Warfare Triple I, because, I mean, come on, it's a no-brainer. A Grand Slam contract. Just sitting there, waiting for me to find it, and then I find it. Luckily, there's still lobbies of Black Ops 3, so I'm going to take advantage of that as soon as possible, because that is an opportunity waiting to happen, and I really am interested to see how that goes. I cannot believe that. So I'm going to put in the title so I eventually talk about it, but yeah, I can't believe that I still have that. I just don't know what to say. So I'm still going to look for my reaction to opening it, if that's even up. I might have made it unlisted by accident or privated. I think it was because of thumbnail. So, I mean, it all goes down to just trying to figure out something with that. And it didn't come up first thing, so I don't know if it's up anymore, unfortunately. But either way, that's going to do it for this part. I'm just like, what? I'm not even really confused. I'm just disappointed in people. That's about it. I don't hate people. I mean, that's their choice to do mistakes. But I will dislike their actions, because it's very easy to fall into stuff negatively. And for some, it's effortlessly easy to fall into all that stuff, and it's not good, because it's gonna tear you apart mentally, physically, psychologically. And that's how I have this little hating gamer group. That's how it is. That still obsessively stalks me. So, like, that's how they think. They think that I am X Deadly still for some reason, which I don't know. I don't know, bro. Like, some people have serious issues, and oh, there's a cat, and they just need to get that fixed.